Hello, everyone. This is Module 4, Understanding My Community, and I'm Matt Sims. Uh, I currently live in Colby, Kansas. This is actually my one and only teaching job. So, some local events that happen in Colby is we have our traditional homecoming in early fall, snowball dance in the middle of winter, and then prom in the spring. Some summer festivities include a summer festival that kind of kicks off the beginning of school, as well as a bluegrass festival, and so these are well supported. Probably a big custom and tradition in our town is we have two big events that happen. One in December called the Eagle Invitational. It's an 18-team wrestling tournament. And then one in January called the Orange and Black Classic, which is a huge 16-team basketball tournament, 8 girls teams, 8 boys teams. And these are big events, something that you're going to always want to earmark, always want to pay attention to. They happen annually and have for the last 36 years. And so it's an exciting tradition. People always get excited about it. And like I said, it's a big part of our community. We have our county fair last week of July. The Buffalo Chip Golf Tournament happens in the middle of July. It's kind of the kickoff to the fair. And so we have a Christmas lights parade. One thing that we've kind of put in here was our veterans recognition banners. And every veteran that has lived in Colby has a banner that is hung up on Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, just to kind of honor those veterans and bring light to them and what they've done for us. Our student body is really well behaved, and we get a lot of compliments from guest speakers when they come in. We get a lot of compliments from other communities when we go places of how well respected our kids were, how kind they are, how polite they are. And so that's a big thing. And our community is really driven on perception. And so if things are perceived to be running well, you're going to be supported. And really, all of our activities in sports are real inclusive. Anyone can belong, and those leaders of the school are just as involved in those things as the next person. Here's some population characteristics. Our major employer is Colby Community College. They provide a lot of staffing within our town, but we have a great relationship with them. Our students go there to take campus. They take online campus classes. And so this is a big part of our school system as a high school too. So having a good relationship with them is really important. We're a large agricultural group. We have a lot of implement dealers from Case, John Deere, Foley. We have a truck town. So a lot of things happening in that regards, as well as a big medical facility here in Colby with the hospital, a nursing home, the clinic. And so those things kind of really they're the major employers in town and major pieces of this. We have a great relationship with that medical field too. A lot of our students do OJTs out there, gain observation hours out there. So really good things happening in our community with those CTE programs. You can see English is the predominant language spoken, and this is just a rundown of some information of what Colby looks like, education wise, ethnicity wise, and different things that may be pertinent to how you negotiate our school. You can see just a little chart here of the breakdown of this information, and we're a predominantly white system, and but that doesn't mean that it doesn't present its own social challenges or anything like that. As we move forward, into this deal, some community channels that you're going to always want to be involved in. Facebook seems to be large and driving force. We have broadcast medias. We have a local information on TV channel. We have radio stations. The local newspaper does a good job. We have an electric sign downtown that provides information on events, and Open Spaces Sports provides all the live streaming of our events and they have multiple groups that go out. They'll cover multiple events at night. And so this is a big part of our sports programs, what they produce, and really has been a great thing for our community. It's run by one local guy. He's done this for numerous years and provides this live streaming deal. I would say that he sells a lot of ads, and so a lot of information gets published on his Open Spaces Sports ads. But it seems like our community has found that Facebook it can be or social media can be the way to get the most information out from, whether it be local community events or school events. We do have outreaches through text message that our school uses. But as a community goes, it seems to be that Facebook is the main driver. Just some community groups in town that you might want to look at. Sports Booster Club's big, music group Booster Club's big. You can see here all this information of how they've people done. The swim club, they do a lot in the summer. This is a big event. They run a fair booth that provides food at the fair, a big part of our community. And Colby Conventions Bureau, who's a big donor for both of those tournaments that I spoke to earlier, the Eagle Invitational and the Orange and Black Basketball Classic. So just some ideas of some way things can go. Economic conditions in Colby, you can see we have a 13% poverty rate there. Our average income and different things that can happen. Until recently, our capital outlay was used to build our a new school that was built in 1998. And so Colby operated with no capital outlay or mill levy up until that point. And then they were allowed to keep those same mills and roll it over. And this really helped the district in some upgrades and some different things of transportation, buildings. It's really been a part of what we needed. So we have good economic conditions, but it's also a very conservative place, and they don't like to be spending a lot of the money towards public education. And so this really takes a lot of politics if you want something like this to be done here. Just some power structures of the town. We do have a mayor who is elected. We have a city council who provides information and makes the decisions. We have a local group of county commissioners. Obviously, the county attorney and the school board are some big, powerful things there. As far as the school system operates, teachers and staff, they bring these ideas to their committees, MTSS, building relationship committees, building leadership teams who work with the principal. They then bring these ideas to the district leadership team who's in charge of KISA. It's made up of different individuals within each building. And then that curriculum director kind of oversees all that information. That information is also overseen by the superintendent, who then presents it to the school board. And we like to operate on this chain of command. We like to think everything's built from the bottom up. Some things that have recently been brought up: a new feedlot or meat packing plant that was going to be built in the county. There's some social effects of that situation that people are in uproar about. The new jail seemed to be more money than taxpayers wanted to pay. It wasn't done very well, and actually took a long time to build. So people were real frustrated like that. And I think the biggest thing that's come out here lately is our COVID-19 policies and the way that those were operated. We actually had our the health inspector or the health nurse resign. It was a big uproar. The county commissioners had to take over that situation. And as a result, we actually had a modified quarantine within our school. Our superintendent did a great job of working through that. Some multicultural issues that I see. We have an increase in Spanish-speaking population, and I don't think that our community is ready for that. Our school does have interpreters. Our school does have a very good system in place, but as a town, this becomes a problem that maybe we aren't prepared for. Here's some previous community efforts that we've done. Like I said, in 1998, a new bond was passed for the high school. It was completed. That was rolled over after the capital outlay was rolled over. We had new recreational facilities. Here's a picture of the new pool that was built in 2012. And this was done through a sales tax. We do pay a high sales tax of about 8.5%, 9%. But we feel like there's a lot of excuse me, surrounding communities that come into our town. And so this has benefited them coming into our town, buying things, has been, everyone's paid for it, so to speak. Actually, up here on this hill, you can barely see it, hospital here, up here on this hill, this new event center was just completed in 2021. It's really a state-of-the-art facility. It's a great place. We hope to host state basketball tournaments there. We hope to host regional wrestling and state events there as well. And so this is going to be a great place for us. It's been a great place where we've already hosted some concerts. And so this event center did have some political issues involved in it. They didn't know if they wanted to tear the old one down since it was built in 1950. But it did have some things go along with it. And but it's going to be great. And most of the people there are really, or most of us are really excited to have it. And it was a much needed upgrade for our community. Like I said, the Thomas County Jail was built. We've renovated the fairgrounds. And so Colby's really put a lot into their infrastructure. And I think we actually have an addition of the city manager, but really some things that needed to be built have been built. And this has really helped out the community. So lots of opportunities for this to happen. If we want to get public opinion, I think our parent surveys are probably, or our community surveys are the way that the school gets most of their information out. We do have community members come in and they're a part of our, different coordinating councils, PTO organizations. And so these things are something that we look forward to having those community members have a voice. We always have open doors. I think anybody's welcome to come in, talk to the superintendent, voice their opinion, and their opinion will be heard and listened to. If a group of community members are coming in and talking to our superintendent or our principals, we'll listen to them. I put the local grocery store down there because as an administrator, as a superintendent, I think you're always going to have to welcome the chance that somebody might catch you in the local grocery store and tell you kind of how things are going to go. So anyway, just something I thought of. And I do know that it happens to me as a coach. And so just something that you should always be aware of. People feel free to talk to you, and those things will happen. Here's some references that I used for this class, and my correlations will be posted with the assignment. So that's all I have for you. I'm part of a great community, and thank you all for your time.